Expeditions, a Mudrunner game, was first unveiled this year during GamesCom, and with a recent trailer unveiling the release date coming in 2024, I'm going to be telling you everything we know so far in Expeditions, and some of these points I may have are some speculation, but I'll actually mention it. Other than that, everything is exactly as what we know. So, what is Expeditions, a Snowrunner game? Well, it's a spin-off game from Mudrunner and Snowrunner, and it's made by the same developers, and it's going to be releasing on 5th of March 2024. Pre-orders now open, and the pre-order editions is as follows. You've got your standard, which is $34.99. That's in pounds, with the pre-order bonus of the Great Dawn 71. We've got the Year 1 edition, which is $54.99. Again, that's in pounds, with everything you get in the standard, so the Great Dawn 71, with 96-hour unlock, which is 4 days, the Year 1 pass, and the Cutco Canton truck. And the third edition is the Supreme edition, so you get everything that's in the standard and the Year 1 edition, as well as the Pioneer pack, which includes an alternate version of 4 different trucks. It's going to be available on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. It's not Epic Games exclusive this time, so it's now available on Steam from the get-go. It's exploring-based missions, and within the missions you can select the vehicle, how many drivers, how many tools and gadgets. And we've seen some various trucks so far during these trailers that are 10 reused trucks from Snowrunner, including the Dawn 71, as we know from the pre-order bonuses, the Yar 87, the KRS 58 Bandit, the Scout 800, the Tuz 16 Actoin, the ANK Civilian, the Khan Marshal, the Tuz Warthog, the Steppe Crocodile, and the Khan Loaf. And this game seems a little bit more high-tech looking things. We've got more high-tech looking roof racks and bumpers, and I'll get more into some other types of bumpers that we see later on. And it looks to have a bigger fender arches from wheel wells. This is a bit of speculation, just looking at the announced trailer from August, but compare it to Snowrunner, they are definitely bigger. We're seeing fuel and repair kits in the rear bumpers, fuel in the front bumpers, a protection cage, metal detector device for scout vehicles, side-mounted racks, a new color scheme, potential removal fenders. That's speculation at this point, just the way that they look and how they presented the trailer. There's the return of the seismic vibrator. There are cargo bags to carry equipment, potentially. Again, a little bit of speculation. Colored rims. There's a water depth device, which is an echo sounder. Portable winch points. An anchor device, which has a limited radius to your vehicle, but it's something that you place and then you kind of winch to. And I'll get to more detail about that later on as well. There's a new cage and snorkel, and a return of the utility racks. What's brand new is a new camera drone. It appears to be on a specific drone pad, and the drone HUD has a compass, a signal indicator, meaning it has a range, height and distance meter, and that drone can find objectives on the map, and that drone can also scan things, but at this moment of time, it's unknown what exactly it's scanning. It has a range of 100 meters in distance and a height of 30 meters, and that's all we know about the drone. We also have a binoculars mode, which has HUD for zoom, so it's got a ×1 all the way to a ×5, and the binoculars gives you info of a point of interest, the name and the distance away from it, and so does the drone, so they both kind of interact similarly. There's a refresh main HUD. There's an inventory icon on the HUD. Now, originally from the original announced trailer, we didn't know what was in there, but we have more of an idea from the latest trailer, and again, I'll mention that a little bit later in the video. There are separate devices menu. There's a gauge HUD icon with an up and down indicator, and that might be in relation to the tire pressures. I'll touch on that later. The maps are Snowrunner-like, and they have the Snowrunner-like waypoints, so that's something that's familiar, and they basically work the same, and the garage looks similar to how Snowrunner works as well. These maps seem to have themes of desert, rugged forests, mountains that have hidden treasures and forgotten ruins. We know there's a map called the Grand Canyon. It's an Arizona map. You can use the reconnaissance drone, metal detector, and camera drone to locate caches of value equipment. And as it says on the Steam page, you can manage your camp by building research structures and hiring experts to unlock new skills and possibilities during your expeditions. So that's kind of a more management aspect and skill tree, potentially. The system requirements are yet to be announced, and it's not going to be open world, so it's just going to be loading in, doing a level, and then going on to the next one. There are going to be tire pressures included, so low pressures too long, you'll end up damaging your tires, but I'll go into more detail in a minute. We've also got the echo sounders, which I mentioned earlier, there for water depth. And we also see a wheel menu, which we can see a few icons. So there's winch, binoculars, drone, echo sounder, and metal detector. And if we compare the latest trailer, we can see that wheel has expanded from 4 things up to 5 things. So potentially we've got progression there as well. Speculation, by the way, that's not confirmed. As for point of interest, we've got legendary stone, sentry old tree, crash seaplane, meteor crater, sand columns, muddy swamp, pine forest. Those are the confirmed ones. I'm sure there'll be more. We've seen a high mount snorkel, a heavy bull bar bumper, an extended sun visor, yaw rims, 44-inch track 1 tires, heavy reinforced bumper, rear mounted rack, a spare wheel mount, and a metal detector. We also see about the heavy advanced winch, which can have a load capacity of 15,000 pounds. It's 20 meters in length and is a waterproof synthetic rope. We also see something brand new as well, which is a retractable bridge up to 45,000 pounds load capacity. Not quite sure on its length as of yet. As for the inventory menu, it shows a removable anchor, and the description of that anchor is you set the anchor on any flat surface to get a new anchor point for the winch and can be returned to the inventory and is up to 30,000 pounds of weight load. And talking about that inventory has storage. So we've seen items with a 1 out of 1 or a 2 out of 2, meaning they could run out or you only basically have a limited supply of them. As for the tire inflation system, this is all about the tire pressures. So you can manually adjust the pressures up and down. So it's got a fuel efficiency meter and tire traction, how effective it is on rock and on mud. So for example, it's shown on normal pressures, it has an average traction on mud and rock with a fuel efficiency of B. They are keeping the A, B, C, D lettered grading in this new game, the same with Snowrunner. As for reduced pressures, the fuel efficiency is C+, and rock has excellent traction, and on mud it has good traction. As for low pressures, it's very similar to reduced, but it has the fuel efficiency of C, its rock traction is excellent, and its mud traction is good. There's also a metal detector, so it's an item detection by color display. It's called augmented reality display, and it covers 360 degrees of detection and could detect things like a jack screw and removable anchor with distance markers. Essentially, if you lose one of your items, that's useful for finding it. And I mentioned just there about the jack screw. What does that do? So that returns the car to a horizontal position and can only be used if the car is upside down. But in the trailer, it does show it vehicle on its side. Whether the term upside down means on its side and completely upside down, I would assume so. And that's it. That's everything we know so far about Expedition's Mudrunner game. And that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and like to see more like this one, make sure you are subscribed. I'm going to be continuing making Expeditions content as we get new content closer to release. And I'd like to know in the comments below, what is something that you like about this? Are you liking the sound of Expeditions? Are you not? Is there some comparisons and some improvements from Snowrunner that you like? Let me know in the comments below. And before I wrap up the video, I'm also running a giveaway for Xbox PC Game Pass. I've got 2 codes for 3 months and 1 month to give away, and if you just follow the Gleam link in the description below, you can enter that, and that ends on the 25th of December at midday UK time. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.